and welcome back to another Ship With Me video. I'm sure you already know this, but I'm a part-time reseller selling on eBay and Poshmark, and so I have lots of items that I need to ship out in the mail every day. I know you guys like these videos because you get to see how I wrap things, how I package things, and then of course I'm going to also share what sold and how long it took to sell, all of those good things. But this video is a little bit different than normal. Normally, if I'm doing a Ship With Me, we sit down, we have a whole bunch of things, we get those all shipped out, and then we cut the video. We are going to do it a little bit different because I do ship every single day or at least every other day because I want to make sure I get the items to the buyers quickly. So what that means is I don't do Ship With Me's all that often because I usually don't have like tons and tons of stuff to ship out every single day as a part-time reseller. I'm usually sending out like 5 things a day. Here's where this video comes in. I have my camera all set up and I am going to turn this camera on every single time I come up here in my shipping room, aka my guest room. I'm going to turn that camera on and you are going to package stuff with me every single day this week, every single time. So you're going to see my real life chaos. I'm going to pop in here before bedtime. I'm going to come in after work. I'm going to come in here early morning. If I am shipping, you're going to be with me. That also means that I am getting down and dirty with you guys. I will sometimes be in my jammies. My hair will be all crazy. I will not always be in makeup. We are going to be real close this week. So I hope that you can take me at face value with just me, just me, and that you can enjoy the shipping part of it. So with that, I do have a few items to ship out for this first kind of clip of this video. Today is a Monday and it is President's Day. So there was no post going out today. The post office is closed today. So instead of shipping yesterday or today, I have the items that have sold thus far. It's Monday afternoon. So I have 5 items from yesterday that have sold and I have 2 items from today that have sold. So we're going to ship out these 7 items and then come back in the future. Okay, let me grab them right here. I did already grab them from downstairs. If this is your first Ship With Me video, I do ship in these little packages that I store my items in. And so I'm not going to unfold them and show you. Now, if I do end up selling any sweaters or jackets or shoes or anything, I'll just show those to you because they won't be in these nice little bags. But if they're in these bags, I'll pop something up on the side of the screen so you know what I'm actually looking at. But the first one is this super cute Chewbacca Star Wars long sleeve t-shirt. I thought of everything Hannah Anderson that this would be something that would sell super quickly, guys, and it did not. Now, in full defense, maybe I had it listed for too long, for too high, but this finally sold on Poshmark today. I got an offer for $17. I reduced the price a little bit. So I did take that offer. I got it at a Goodwill retail store. My average cost of goods was $5.75. I probably actually paid around $3 because it was a kid's shirt, but it was listed for 631 days and I ended up making $7.85. So this sold on Poshmark. Anything that I sell on Poshmark, if it will fit into this Tyvek mailer, that is what it gets shipped in. I do ship all of my Poshmark items just in the boring but free USPS mailers unless for some reason I need like a specific size box, but that is pretty rare. So you're going to see me using these quite a bit. So the next thing that's also sold today is a Brandy Melville sweater. Now this actually I sold on eBay a couple weeks ago and it was returned because the person said, quote, way too short. Now it is a cropped sweater and I list measurements. So that's okay. They returned it to me. I got it relisted and I got an offer today for $20 on Poshmark for a Brandy Melville piece. That's great. They sell pretty well for me, but they're not going to sell for a lot of money. They sell quickly, but not for a lot of money, I should say. I got this at one of the swap meets a couple times ago, I think. So I had $0 into this. And the second time around, since I did just relist it, it was only listed for 6 days and I ended up making $16 on that. So yeah, I can usually pick up Brandy Melville really cheap. I find it at the swap meets quite often and I find it at the bins sometimes. And again, it's going to sell between like $10 and $20, but it does always sell for me. So I keep grabbing it. Never ever would I pay up for it though. I think I did once and I have a skirt and I'm regretting it because I should not have bought it for like the $5 or whatever. Okay, the next, you're going to see a trend here that I am getting out a lot of old inventory, which I am so grateful for. You're also going to see some items that I took some low offers on just because I have a lot of inventory right now and I need to move stuff out. So first is this Ralph Lauren Denim and Supply like boho blouse top in a really, really pretty red. I picked this one up pretty recently actually, but this person has bought a few things from me, so I really wanted to give them a good deal. And I accepted an $18 offer on Poshmark. She offered me $15. I countered to $20, and she recountered at $18, and I accepted it. I did go back and look up comps of what these like denim and Supply Ralph Lauren things are selling for. And honestly, there was a lot selling for even lower than that. So I did accept it. I thought that was fair. I should not probably have paid up for this at Goodwill though. I did buy this at Goodwill. I probably should stick to just like the dresses or anything more substantial paying Goodwill prices and only pick up these Thread and Supply blouses probably at the bins. I think moving forward, because my average cost of goods that day was $6.91. This one was only listed for 23 days and I made $7.44. I will say this was a size extra large. I have an almost exact same blouse in a size or in a color gray also listed, and it hasn't yet sold, but it is in a smaller size. So we are popping this one also in here to my trusty little mailers. Okay, Talbot's skirt. Oh, I was so excited when I saw this sale come through. This person accepted my 30% off Sunday offers that I always run and grabbed this like just really basic Talbot's pencil skirt. This has an older tag. It is older Talbot's, but older career wear Talbot's can still do pretty well for me. So I grabbed it anyway, but it's been sitting for a really long time. So I am glad to move it out. I accepted a $17 offer on this one, but I got it at a local thrift store that does 50-cent days. So I only paid 50 cents for this. It was listed for 424 days though, and I made $11.08. Talbot's is still a bread and butter for me, so I'm happy with that profit. Obviously not happy that it sat that long, but here we are. It's moving out. It's going to a no home, so I'm happy with that. Okay, the next thing that sold was this Talbot sweater, and this one actually surprised me a little bit because I thought it would sell a bit better. Talbot sweaters in the larger sizes do decently well for me, and this was a size extra large, but this was listed a lot longer than I usually have Talbot sweaters listed. So when I got a $15 offer, I jumped on that. I wanted to move it out. I got this at Prime Thrift. My average cost of goods was $4.20 that day. Now, normally, especially nowadays, I will only pick up these kind of Talbot's basics at the bins or at a swap meet or at Dollar Days, things like that. But this was listed for 405 days, and I made $7.80. So you're seeing a lot of low profit items, but I'm happy to get them moved out of my closet so I can move on and invest my money in something better. Plus, hopefully get positive feedback, I get some traction in my closet, all those good things. Okay, so the next one also sold yesterday. I accepted a low offer. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Thought I lost it. And it was really pretty. Again, I thought this one was going to do better, and it just didn't. It was this Lane Bryant dress, and it was a beautiful, like, black with floral, like, oversized florals, and it was a silk blend. So I picked this up for $5. I have that actually listed as my cost of goods as $5 because I was in another state that does not have sales tax. So I actually only paid $5 for this, and I accepted a $15 offer. I'm just really, really struggling to sell Lane Bryant. I have almost completely stopped picking it up unless, I know I keep saying this, I like getting their dress pants. Again, if I can get them cheap, but their trousers sell pretty well for me. But their tops, their dresses just are not selling. So I accepted the $15 offer, just want to move on. My cost of goods was $5, but it was listed for 550 days for me to make $7. So I don't know. Let me know if anyone else likes picking up Lane Bryant. I thought it was going to be a decent bread and butter thing for me, like Chico's and Torrid and J. Jill and Talbot's, but I have found that compared to all of those, it does not do as well for me. Okay, the last thing that I have right now to ship is something that I picked up in Thriftsmith. So it's always fun to see a Thriftsmith sale. And it is these Hudson Collin flap jeans. Now, you want to keep an eye out for this right here in Hudson. This shape on the back pocket, that is the Hudson flap. This style, in my experience, is much more desired than a lot of the other Hudson jeans. So keep an eye out for that. This was also a great size. They were a size 31, which just isn't quite as saturated, so it sells a bit better. I got a $25 offer on this on eBay, which I did accept. I got a lot of these Hudson jeans. This was towards the end of Thriftsmas, and I picked up, I want to say, like 5 of them that day. So I was glad to have one finally move out. My average cost of goods at Goodwill was $5.79. It was only listed for 55 days, and I made $17.02. I've been trying to use up all of my winter snowflake mailers because we're going to be moving out of winter pretty quickly. So I'm trying to move those out to all of my eBay buyers. They're a little bit smaller. They are technically a 10 by 13. They're a little smidge small, I think. So there's a lot of things I can't put in them that I can fit in a normal. They're like an inch too small, and there's a lot of things I can't pack in them that I normally would be able to. But anyway, okay, so that is everything for today. I'm going to cut it here, and you're going to see me all week long, and I hope this can be a bit fun for us. It is now 9:30 the same night, and I only have one more item to share with you, unfortunately. So I've had 3 sales today, which is Monday, and hopefully I'll maybe have a couple more, but you will see those tomorrow then. So the next thing that sold was this J. Jill maxi dress. This I featured in a, I think, thrift haul. I don't think it was a thrift with me. I think it was just a thrift haul recently from Goodwill, and it got a lot of traction. So these J. Jill maxi dresses, I think this was a newer style. We're going into the right season. It got a lot of traction on Instagram, that didn't make sense, on Poshmark and on eBay. So I'm glad to see it sell. I accepted a $24 offer on eBay. I did get it at Goodwill. My average cost of goods was $7.83. I would have actually paid $8.49, just full disclosure. That's the standard dress price at my Goodwill. It was only listed for 37 days, and I ended up making $12.04. So I'm glad to see it move out. J. Jill continues to be a really good seller for me. I'm also excited that I get to keep using my little snowflake mailers. We're potentially supposed to get snow here this week, but it, like, originally we were supposed to get like 15 inches, and then it was like, okay, you might get an inch. So I don't know, we'll see, but I'm gonna go get in the shower. Okay, I'm a bit out of breath because I just had to go hunting for one of my items that I will tell you about. So it is the next day, it is Tuesday, it is after work, it's about 5 o'clock. I'm gonna pack a few things and I'm going to go make dinner. The first thing that I sold was an offer that I woke up to, and it is this Maeve Anthropologie linen blouse. This was one that I was really hoping to do a bit better on, but it's been listed for a while. So I really just needed to move it on. I did recheck comps, and I was like, you know what? I just need to move this one out. So I accepted a $16 offer on that. I thought about countering. After checking, especially how long it's been listed, that's what kind of tipped me over. I got this at the Salvation Army. My average cost of goods was $5.70, but it was listed for 298 days. And I ended up making $7.81. This sold on eBay, so we are going to put it in one of our pretty snowflake mailers. It was actually supposed to snow here the next couple days. I think I mentioned this. And now it is looking like it is not going to snow. So that's good, I guess. We don't have to take off of work or anything with the kids for school. But, I mean, snow days are fun too. So it is going to be super cold though. Okay, next thing is a nice fuzzy sweater. This is Sleeping on Snow Anthropologie, but if you can see, it's like super fuzzy. It's that like eyelash fabric, and this is a size large, but I did wear it into work, just like oversized, literally with what I'm wearing right now, which is like leggings, and yeah, everybody loved it. So I am going to fold this and wrap it. I don't think it's going to fit into my snowflake mailer, but we will fit it into one of my larger eBay mailers. So same thing, I thought this would sell a bit better, but we're moving out of this season, and I really don't want to sit on sweaters, especially big sweaters. So I accepted a $20 offer on eBay. I got this at Prime Thrift. I think it was in a video, if anyone's remembering it, and my average cost of goods that day was $6.30. It's listed for 162 days, and I made $12.16. So I am putting a thank you sticker on every single item. As you can see, if you are new to my ship with me's, we're going to put it, oh, here they are. I have a slightly larger eBay mailer size. I do use my eBay store like coupon to purchase most of these poly mailers, since I do have, I think it's like the 3rd tier of store. Also, I tore this label, taking it off my Rolo accidentally. Can you see that? But I looked at it, and I think when I stick it back on here, I am just going to be able to perfectly, the barcode is intact, and that's the most important part. And I think when I stick it back on here, you will be able to see the numbers perfectly so that we don't have to reprint it. Yeah, that's gonna work fine. If the barcode had been ripped, I absolutely would have reprinted it because I want to make sure it gets there. But yeah, I think that looks really good. You can't even tell that I accidentally tore it. I was moving a little too quick, and I had a little too much energy, apparently, and I ripped it right off of there. So yeah, I use my store coupons to buy all of these mailers. I've bought boxes before, but I usually buy different sizes of the poly mailers. Okay, the next thing was an eBay sale, and that were these mountain khaki pants. These I found in a Thriftsmith video. I found like a whole bunch of, oh, there's a little loose string. I found like a whole bunch of like men's hiking pants. There was a bunch of Prana, there was mountain khaki. I don't remember if it was the same video or a different video. I found some like Duluth Trading Co. So I ended up grabbing all of them. I think I grabbed 3 or 4, 3 mountain khakis, and this is the second one to sell. So I think I have one more to sell. So I'm wrapping this in paper. Anything that doesn't fit in my plastic bags just gets wrapped in paper. And this was a Poshmark sale. So this sold with my 10% off offer that I have set my Posher VA to send out. It sends out 10% off offers with discounted shipping, and somebody accepted that. So that was great. This sold while I was at work. I don't have my phone. I don't have access to my accounts and stuff while I'm at work during the day, so I just have to see everything when I come out, and this had sold. I got this at Goodwill. My average cost of goods was $4.75. This was only listed for 59 days, which is great, and I made $18.03. Plus, I still have that one other pair to sell. These were easy to list because I basically just did one listing and then copied and pasted it into the other 2. Obviously, I had different pictures for all of the listings. All right, and the last thing thus far to sell today, maybe you'll see me again before bedtime, were these really beautiful Eddie Bauer like suede hiking boots. Ooh, oh my goodness. I have been selling a lot of boots recently, which is really good. I picked these up at 2nd Avenue, a big store near me. My average cost of goods was $5.62, and they sold on eBay also with my 10% off offer today while I was at work for $49. So very happy with that. I like grabbing Eddie Bauer. These are obviously a really nice style. They're in great condition. But these were listed for 317 days. They've been on top of my shoe rack that you can see in like my what sold videos. And I ended up making $31.56. So I mentioned recently that I like using the board boxes, like the large flat rate boxes, when I am doing my shipping for some of these tall boots. And I was going to, okay, come here. Look, right here. Look at the camera. Can you say hi? We just got interrupted by our little minions. Come here.
He wanted to tell you something. I think we could read a book.
You want to read a book? Okay, can I finish this one and then we'll go read a book?
No, but I said no.
Oh, okay. All right, we will be right back.
Camera.
Okay, see? Say hi. Now he doesn't leave. He just said, I want to see the camera. Okay, give mommy a second. I'm almost done. All right, sorry about that. We are back. So yeah, I mentioned that I like using the large flat rate, which is like the game box. But I stopped in when I did my shipping today, so I have to go like on my way home from work. I stopped at the post office, and I'm always in a hurry because I want to pick up my kids and not be too late. And there was a huge line at the post office, so I just didn't go. And I'm hoping that this box number 7 is going to work instead. So this is just the box number 7. You can order this at USPS. This is not one that they usually keep like in stock. And we're gonna see if it's too bad, I'll just find a brown box. But I'm hoping. Okay, yeah, that lays in there pretty well without being. I just didn't want them to be like bent, because that would be no good. But they can go in there pretty nicely. I'm gonna add some extra void fill. I always keep like packaging materials on hand. So I just always keep the packaging supplies, especially when they're coming from like Amazon or something. I'll just throw them in here. I'm just gonna put a nice piece of paper on the top. I'm gonna put my thank you sticker. Oh my goodness, I'm almost done with this roll. That always feels good to finish a roll of thank you stickers. And so then when the buyer opens it, it'll just look nice and pretty like that. So some of these different boxes I do order from USPS.com. They come free to my door, some of these different varieties of sizes. These and like the flat rate boxes, I just grab in handfuls at my post office whenever I need them, because they're always out in like the rack. And I go to the post office every day or two, so I just grab big handfuls, and no one has literally ever said anything to me. That is why they are there. Now, if I was buying them, or if I was picking them up in like bulk, why take another sticker? If I was trying to get like big bulk of them, I wouldn't try to do that at my local post office. You can order those from USPS. Okay, that is it. My kids are going crazy, so I'll be back later. Did I mention yet that you're gonna see me in this sweater like all the time, because I basically live in it at home? Okay, it is now 10:21, so I really need to go to bed, but we had 2 more sales and I am beyond thrilled about one of them. So first, let's do this kind of tried and true bread and butter basic. I sold this Eileen Fisher 100% cotton like white shift dress. Love selling Eileen Fisher. I accepted a $32 offer on this one. I got it at a Goodwill store. This was on my little vacation shopping thrift with me that I did over in Virginia. And my average cost of goods was $5.96. This did sell on eBay, so we get our nice little snowflake mailer, if I can get it here. And the really good thing about this was I listed this last night. So this sold in less than 1 day, and I ended up making $19.50. I keep picking up Eileen Fisher. This was even a size, maybe this was a size large. I think that's a good size for Eileen. The bigger the size, the better it tends to sell for me. Okay, the next one, guys, I picked these shoes up the very, very first time I ever went to Goodwill to be like, let's try this reselling thing. I grabbed a bunch of shoes out of like a new cart as well as some other stuff. And here you go. These are new with tag adult Speedo water shoes. Then I was like, yeah, let's resell these. Someone would want these. These I sold for $11.99 on eBay tonight. I'm going to wrap them in paper here. And when I tell you I was excited, I like ran in the kitchen jumping up and down. Like my husband probably thought I sold something for like $500. That's how excited I was. I paid $5 for these at Goodwill. I didn't average my cost of goods because I wasn't averaging my cost of goods because I've had them for that long. And they were listed for 1,144 days. And I made $4.35, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yes, yes. These were also number 3 on my spreadsheet, which means they are the 3rd oldest item in my inventory. And the first 2 were also shoes I got from that same haul. So basically, they're the oldest item in my inventory. I really hope they don't get returned for any reason, because I really, really, really need these to be out of my life. Oh my gosh, I'm like missing the tape here because I am so excited to see these go. The other fun thing is I just used up a roll of thank you stickers. So that is great. We are just shipping these in this mailer too. I often ship shoes like this in boxes, but these were like 11.2 pounds or so. So I paid for a 12-ounce label, so I don't have quite enough room to be able to ship them in a box. But these are going to be perfectly safe in this mailer. I have never, ever, ever had a complaint about shipping them like this. And I always get positive feedback on my shipping. Okay, it is time for me to go to bed. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. I love when I have what's called like atypical shipping days because I have like big, bulky, random stuff. And that is exactly what we have so far today on Wednesday. So let's get it all packed up. So it is Wednesday at like 5:30ish. So I'm home from work. This was everything that sold so far today during work, as well as one thing that sold last night late. So let's start with this one. Let me find it. We'll get that one out of the way here. So this is a Timberland genuine leather belt. You can see the Timberland logo right there, but it is pink. And this, although it has tons of interest, you can see genuine leather, this has had so much interest and like really low offers over the year, and no one has bought it. So I got a $10 offer last night because I had offered somebody a whole bunch of things. Like they had gotten my 10% off offer at some point, then they got like my 30% off offer at some point, then they got like a 35%, then they got a 40%. And the 40% off offer I think was like $15 with discounted shipping, and they offered me 10. And I offered them 13, which would have been basically what that last offer that expired like a month ago had been. This one on Poshmark. So I think I'm going to use this adorable little foldy box. This is the box number 4. You can order it online. And okay, so here's the story behind this belt. Sold for $13. I'm glad to move it out. I've gotten so many offers even lower than that. However, I got this at a Goodwill retail store, and my average cost of goods that day was $7.29. So obviously it's not going to make my profit very high, if at anything. But my Goodwill does sell all their belts for $3. So I know that in reality I paid $3 for this, but we're going with average cost of goods. And this was listed for 575 days. I have little drawer storage over there that it has been stored in. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at this, this is like way too big. I think I'm going to set it aside and save it for something else. I think we're just going to wrap it in paper, and I will put it in a padded flat because that'll keep it protected too. So at the end of the day, I only ended up making $2.76 on this, but I'm glad that it sold right in time for spring. It's super cute. Hopefully somebody likes it, and we will move it out to a new home. I've said this before, but I really do like selling belts. I can get good ones sometimes at my Goodwill for $3. I don't always remember to check. I probably should check more often. And I do really like finding them at the bins. So that's always a great place to pick them up. So instead, since it's Poshmark, you can also ship with these just padded flat rate mailers. I keep these on hand for when something doesn't quite need a box, but I'd like it to have just a little bit more protection on it. So we will put it in this instead, and it'll be safe. How have your sales been going this week while you've been shipping, with me throughout the video? I'd be very curious to know. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do, let's do this little bathing suit. This one is going to be really hard to show. I'm taking it out of the packaging because it is way too flimsy. Like, it is literally just like strings of cloth. So this is a bathing suit. I will pop up a picture. You can see in the split screen. That is me as the model photo on vacation. I bought this for like a getaway vacation with my husband. Super cute. It was perfect for that vacation, but it's just not something I need to keep in my wardrobe. So when I was going through a few things, there is literally no way to make this pretty. So I'm just bunching it up on here, and we'll fold it. I was going through my wardrobe. This isn't something I need to keep. Like when I'm chasing the children around a swimming pool, I don't need to be wearing this. It's super cheeky, so I would always be like messing with it and stuff. So I'm just moving it on. Somebody said they actually messaged me. I sold on eBay. They sent me a message with an offer for $15. And they were like, hey, I hope you can accept my offer. I really love this for an upcoming trip. I did accept the offer. I did buy it initially on Poshmark. I don't remember how much I spent on it. I don't think I spent a ton on it. But I sold for $15 on eBay. I'm saying I had $0 cost of goods into it. It was listed for 33 days, and I made $12.05. This is a good time of year to be listing swimwear. So if you have any sitting around, definitely get it listed. That's a note to myself, because I know that I have some that I need to get listed. Seems a little bit weird to be putting a swimsuit in a winter mailer, but hey, that's okay. That's okay. We are trying to get them moved out. The next thing, if you're a regular channel watcher, you might recognize this is like an oversized poncho. It's got little sleeves and it has a llama, alpaca, I don't know which. Some people were saying donkey, some people were saying camel. Super, super cute. I did wear this. I posted it to my Instagram at Life with Marie Nicole. If you want to see me posting all of the clothes that I wear, I will usually put them on my stories. I'm trying to figure out how I can kind of fold this. So this was super cute. I found it at Prime Thrift. It was in a thrift with me. It's like the best I can fold this because I think we're going to put this in a bag. But this sold today for $22 and I relisted this on eBay. I did a sell similar. I removed it and then I did a sell similar last night and it sold today for $22. So that's a win-win, obviously. Glad to see that my efforts doing the sell similars are paying off. I got this at Prime Thrift. My average cost of goods that day was $6.30. It's listed for 124 days. And I'm glad to see it move out, you know, as we're moving into warmer weather. Here's a slight problem. Just full transparency, sharing with you guys that we all make mistakes. I accidentally listed this as $4.99 shipping. And $4.99 shipping is usually what I price things that are less than 8 ounces. Something like this that was a pound and a half, anything less than 2 pounds, I will typically list for $9.99. So I technically lost like $4 in shipping. So I ended up making $7.20. If I had put the shipping price on it correctly, I would have made a bit more, but that is okay. Who knows? Maybe they would have offered me something lower based on the shipping. All right, I have, again, these slightly bigger eBay mailers that I got recently, and I love them. So now I have a few different sizes in eBay mailers. And I always have what I need. I did upgrade my store size recently on eBay. And so now I have a little bit more money that I spend with my coupon. Reminder, if you have not yet used your first quarter coupon, I don't actually remember if I have. Maybe this is a good reminder for me to go check. So don't let that money go to waste. You can get shipping supplies with it, and I mean, it's free money. You're paying for it as part of your store, but you obviously don't want to waste it. Okay, on eBay, this was actually an offer that I woke up to this morning. I was offered $40 for these Merrell boots. These are a men's size 7.5, and they are the Erie style. They are waterproof, really great shape. You know what? I'm realizing now that I should have brought a box upstairs. So we're going to have to set those aside. We will come back to them. We will move on to these Piranha pants. If anybody remembers these also sold in Thriftsmiths. Was it yesterday? Did we pack up a pair of mountain khakis? I think I got these the exact same day. So I bought 4 of these exact same Piranha pants. These are the Bridger style. And I bought 1 in green, 1 in orange, and 2 in dark gray. And this is the 3rd one to sell. So the orange one was the first one to sell. 1 of the dark grays then sold. The green has now sold. And I have 1 more of the dark grays to sell. This sold on Poshmark for $34. That was an offer I accepted, which was a great offer because I had it listed for $40. So I accepted that right away. Got it at Goodwill. My average cost of goods was $4.75. It's been listed for 71 days and I made $22.45. I love picking up Piranha, and Piranha pants are my favorite category. They always just sell really well. Men's and women's, I seem to always do well with them. Putting this in our little Tyvek envelope. This did sell on Poshmark. I think I said that. And we will get this off. These are going to Texas. I'm sure some outdoorsy person is probably wearing these, or maybe somebody that works on like a ranch. That would be super cool. I'm always imagining where my customers are wearing their items for some reason. I just think it's fun. Another big bulky sweater going out today. This was another one I was thrilled. This is like a cozy knit. It's got some ruffles on it. So this is not the most current style, but it's super nice. It's in great condition. And this is main label Magashoni. If you can see that. So I most often find M Magashoni, but this was actually Magashoni. So even though it wasn't the most current style, I did end up picking it up. It's probably why, as you'll see, this took quite a while to sell. It's also a silk blend, which is obviously a good material content. So we'll get this wrapped up here too. Let me find my thing here. This sold on eBay today for $32.40. This was also relisted recently on eBay. I think just like a few days ago. And I got this at Prime Thrift. I have a few Prime Thrift sales today, but I think like all from different trips. And my average cost of goods was $4.27 that day. But the catch on this one is this was listed for 648 days. I do find with Magashoni, just in general, it will sit around for a little while and then I'll usually have a good sale. So again, just decide your business model and if that's something you're willing to wait on, or if you really need things to move a bit faster, then I'd be very careful with the brand. I think we're gonna need the bigger eBay bag for this one too. I think I only have one other thing listed for Magashoni right now, and everything else has sold. I find their knitwear quite often. I've also sold their, I think I've had a couple pairs of pants, but it's most often tops and sweaters. This one is super cute. It is literally just in this bag here. What is this? Chiefs. Oh my gosh, this is from Ohio. That's like near my in-laws' house. But this is a bundle of, it's got 2 hooded towels and 1, 2, 3, 4 little like swaddles, baby blankets. It's got 3 little burp cloths and 1 little lovey stuffy. And if you have not already figured this out, these were all my daughters. I've been going through things recently and going through kid stuff and getting them listed in bundles. I've actually been thinking about doing a chatty work with me of how I sell my kids stuff online and just give people ideas for the best way to sell things, to bundle things, to get the best values, keywords, stuff like that. So I might just like dump everything out in the room and sort through it and then just answer other reselling questions, probably like another Ask Me Anything, chatty work with me. So let me know if that would be interesting, if that would be super boring. But I accepted an offer. I'm just going to use this. This is the large flat rate box, and this did sell on Poshmark, so I can use this box. I'm just going to line it. Actually, I'm going to put a piece on the bottom and up the sides, and then we'll use the other half for the top and just layer these all nicely in here for a nice presentation as much as I can. So these sold on Poshmark for $15. I think I had it listed at like $25 or $30. This was an offer that I accepted, and yeah, I mean, that's like, I have 10 items in this bundle. So I have $0 into it. I've had these forever. They were all probably gifts to me. They were only listed for 38 days and I made $12. So if you think about that, I have 10 items in this bundle. That means I made over $1 an item for burp cloths, swaddles, like things that like even Once Upon a Child wouldn't take. And even if they do take, they usually give like $1 per item. So I was pretty happy with that. I thought it was a cute bundle. Hopefully my photographs helped. But so I will just layer that on top. We will put a thank you sticker right here, and hopefully somebody is using this for their little baby. Like, I could donate this or something to Goodwill, but I feel like most of the stuff ends up in the bins and ends up in a landfill or like a third world country. I have given a lot of my baby stuff away to like friends or neighbors. This was just stuff I still had laying around. I was like, let me list it and try it and see what happens. Also, if anyone is judging my packaging, you saw that I put 1 tape on the bottom and 1 piece of tape on the top. And I have never had issues. If the box is ever bulging or it's like a box that I'm reusing that needs some like sturdiness, I will of course use more tape. But I don't like to waste packaging, so I use 1 tape on top, 1 piece of tape on the bottom. Again, I've never, ever had an issue or a complaint. So we've got that. Okay, I'm gonna grab a box for these shoes and I'll be right back. This is a slightly odd size or shaped box for this, but our cat is on a special diet and her food comes in this box, and so I have a whole bunch of them, and I think this will work fine. Yeah, that actually worked pretty well. I just usually have like the bigger on the open on the top box, if that makes any sense. I love selling Merrell shoes. They're absolutely one of my favorite shoe brands to sell. Men's, women's, kids. I say that all the time. I'm so sorry if you're sick of hearing me say that. But yeah, I woke up to a $40 offer on eBay for these, and I did accept it. I got them at a Goodwill retail store. My average cost of goods was $8.36, and I only have these listed for 102 days. They are selling going into like hiking season. I kind of think of spring and then like fall as hiking season, but maybe that's just me. Let me know if you disagree. So I made $26.22. I think I picked up a couple Merrell shoes on this day, and I have one more pair of boots, like hiking type boots, that hopefully will also sell. They are a women's, because I really don't like hanging on to these for too long. I have limited shoe storage. Okay, so we put one in like that. Gonna put one in like that. Let me find a little bit of filler here. And then they'll be nice and safe in there. I always make sure, I reuse all kinds of different boxes because it's better for the environment to reuse our packaging. But if they have extra like stickers and labels and stuff, I always try to make sure that I either peel them off as much as I can, or at least peel them off in such a way that you couldn't scan the barcode. Like this one is already half ripped off. Plus I'm just going to put the label right on top of that. That's usually what I'll do if there's a label. I'll just add my label right on top of the other label. Just like that. All right, time for dinner. 2 more sales before bedtime to round out what ended up being a really great day. So the first thing I sold, this evening, I don't even know where we are, were these Goldie jeans. Now keep in mind, these are skinny. They're definitely like the oldest Goldie tag I'd ever seen. So they're not necessarily the Goldie that's gonna like sell for a ton, and I knew that to pick them up. But I still grabbed them, and I got an offer on eBay for $25 for these tonight, and I accepted it. I relisted these yesterday. So if you're not doing sell similars on eBay and relisting on Poshmark, please, please, please work that into your business process. I promise it'll help. I got these at Prime Thrift. My average cost of goods that day was $5.87. They were listed for 185 days, and I made $14.71. The next item I was really excited to sell because I always mention now how I have my hanging stuff in this closet right here, and that's the second hanging thing. The like llama pink poncho sweater was a hanging item that I had in there, so I got that one out. And then I also got this really beautiful Lafayette 148 blazer jacket. It is just a classic black style. I'm just going to make sure we don't have any fuzzies here on it. I need to just keep a lint roller here. I have the lint roller like in my photography bin, but I need to just put one at the station too. Would make a lot of sense. So this, I got a $40 offer on eBay, so I had a lot of eBay sales today. That has really been a trend for me in the last few weeks. Lots more eBay sales. I accepted the $40 offer. I got this at a Goodwill retail store. My average cost of goods was $6.32, and this was listed for 284 days. I do have that with Lafayette 148. I still really love picking it up, and I usually do pick it up, but it can take a little while to sell. But when it sells, it usually sells for a decent price. So 284 days, and I ended up making $25.27 on this item. I have another Lafayette 148 blazer jacket listed, but it's definitely a much older style. This was like as classic as you can get for like a professional wear jacket. All right, I think this is gonna fit in our snowflake one. Also, we're doing good. We're using up the snowflakes. I don't know if I'm going to have to buy more fun printed ones because I do have a lot of the eBay branded ones right now. And I will obviously just use those if I can because they are basically free to me. You know what? See, that's a little too big for the snowflake ones. These are my normal 10 by 13s and they're just a bit bigger. I don't know what it is with that brand. So, hold on. The sticky does normally come back off. And we will just transfer it on over. It does sometimes happen that I guessed wrong. This is headed to California. I always like seeing where things are headed. My daughter and I actually play a little game because she's always around when I'm printing labels. And she's been learning the state abbreviations for a couple years. So she's 8, she's in 3rd grade, and she does a really good job about knowing where all the states are. So I'll hold the label up and she'll have to, you know, tell me what state it's going to. All right, bedtime. I'll see you tomorrow. So it is Thursday at 9:31, and I told you guys I would be here for the goods and the bads this week. So I'm just going to say it has been kind of a terrible day for me. I just even like an hour ago was still crying. So I am sorry if I am not quite as happy as normal, or if I look a little bit crazy. Nothing to do with reselling. Actually, reselling was a lot bit distracting tonight, so that's good. So I did still have some sales. I am still needing to ship them out. So here we are. I've had 4 sales today. And I actually had a 5th sale that the person hasn't paid yet on eBay. So maybe we'll wrap that one up tomorrow. So the first one we had is this really cute Hannah Anderson dress. And this you might recognize because I found it very recently in the bin strip that I did in Columbus, Ohio. So this sold on Poshmark for $23. I had it listed for $30. They offered me $23, probably because they basically just wanted free shipping. That happens quite a lot. So I accepted that. I got at the bins. My average cost of goods was $2.09. And it was only listed for 13 days, and I made $16.31. I've had a lot of interest on this, a lot of likes on Poshmark, a lot of watchers on eBay. So I think we're starting to get into spring and summer. Everybody needs cute little dresses. This would also be super cute for Easter or vacation or whatever your heart can imagine. Okay, the next one was another pickup from the swap meet from a couple times ago. This might have been the first swap meet I went to. This is a Calvin Klein, just like a wrap scarf and like a fashion scarf, not like a warm weather one, more of like a spring summer weather one. It's got like the CK logo branded all over it. And it was new with tags. So I grabbed it at that swap meet for $0. And I got an offer today on Poshmark for $15. I was happy to accept that. It has been listed for 227 days, and I made $12.50. Calvin Klein continues to be a really bread and butter seller for me. I knew this wasn't going to sell for a lot of money, but I knew that it would sell. And yeah. Okay, next was a really disappointing sale. I'm just going to lead with that. When I found this at the thrift, I was so excited because I found, now it is just a very basic black pencil skirt, but it's from John Galliano, very high-end designer. And so I picked it up. It wasn't priced up or anything, so it was worth picking up no matter what. But I got it home and looked at comps, and I was not impressed. And it's been listed forever. So I accepted a $20 offer today on eBay, and I got it at 2nd Avenue. My average cost of goods was $5.95, but it was listed for 428 days, and I made $11.20. So this is just another reminder that brand isn't everything. Style matters too. Other things from this brand sell amazingly, but I'll take my $11.20. This also sold on eBay like a month ago, and the person never paid, and I had to cancel it, so I'm just happy to get it moved out. Ironically, that person also offered me $20 and I accepted it. So that was a little bit strange because I had this listed, I want to say like for like 60, but I rechecked the comps and everything. And I was like, no, I need to accept this $20 and run. It's also been listed for over a year. So, okay. The last one I have is super exciting. And it is this lot of 3 CDs. If you can see, this is the band Plus One. This is like their original album. This was my childhood, like middle school-ish years probably, and this is what I would call the Christian NSYNC Backstreet Boys. They are a boy band of 5. These are 3 of their only. I'm not really sure. But my friends and I were like obsessed with these. We would have like parties and make up dances to all their songs. So I had a big stack of CDs recently that I went and like bundled together and listed some of them, and I'm waiting to see how those sell before I list the rest of them. So these are the first one to sell. They sold for $15.99 today. I'm gonna see if I can wrap them in bubble wrap a little bit and then put them in this. So they were personal use. I got these forever as like gifts, probably from my parents. And so I had $0 of cost of good into them. These were listed for 142 days, and I made $11.96. So I obviously want these to get there safely. So I'm going to add a little bit of tape to here. We're going to put the bubble wrap up here. I think this is my first time selling CDs in any capacity, so I want to make sure they get there safely. I've sold like a couple books, but just like random things I had to list. I haven't ever like sourced CDs to sell. Let's still put a thank you sticker on. I really hope some of the other ones start selling because I do still have that stack over here of other CDs that I would like to list, but I kind of really wanted to test the waters. Most all of them are like 90s, 2000s Christian artists because that is what I listen to. I'm going to fold this over. I always use all of my mailers that come to my house for other reason, like Amazon, and I ship my stuff in them when I need it. It's great to have on hand. Love being resourceful, and we'll just put the label right on here. So it's just been one of those days. I'm going to go take a shower and go to bed. And it is 9:59 on Friday night. So we had 6 sales today. Also, I'm just glad that the week... Can you hear that person? The roar. There's somebody in our neighborhood that likes to go crazy at night. It's super annoying. Anyway, I'm glad that this week is over, but I was happy to have 6 sales. The first one happened first thing in the morning. I love when I go to work, because I've mentioned I don't have my phone on me all day at work. I love when I have a sale before I go to work and like the early hours of the morning, just because it gives me a little bit of boost that like I've already had a sale today. Oh my gosh, I have all my clothes in my way and I can't get to my stuff. I'm tired and I need to go to bed. Okay, so I sold these REI pants for $15 on eBay. I have had them for quite a while, so when I got a $15 offer, I did accept that. I got these at like a random hole-in-the-wall thrift store when I was up in like Pennsylvania, I think, one time. And my average cost of goods that day was $3.71, but they were listed for 529 days, and I made $7.36. I will pick up REI, but I really only pick it up when I get really cheap prices. These are hiking pants, and these are convertible, meaning they can like zip off. And those usually do a little bit better for me, but I think these were quite older. So I am glad to see them go. Okay, the next is a cool one because it is this liquid blue t-shirt. It's got like a really cool Alice in Wonderland graphic. The thing to know with liquid blue, not all liquid blue is made the same. This just has a screen print tag, as you can see right here. So it is absolutely modern, but if you can find the vintage liquid blue that has like the paper tag, those can sell for hundreds. And like the bigger, the crazier the graphics, the better. So definitely a bolo. Keep your eyes out for those. I just picked this up because I really like the graphic, even though it wasn't vintage. So it sold on eBay for $17.99. I did get it at Goodwill. My average cost of goods was $5.87. It was listed for 209 days, and I made $8.47. But just super cool. I had never found liquid blue at all before, and I wanted to pick it up, try out the brand, see what I thought. Okay, next was good. It was a pair of American Eagle dark wash denim. These were a size 8, which is good, and they were the midi style. I find that the like Bermuda styles or the ones that are a little bit longer, I always put like modest, long line in the description. I think there's a lot of people that are looking for that specifically because even though this was an older American Eagle style, it still sold really well. It sold today on eBay for $19.99. I picked this up at the previous swap meet to the one I just went to. If you remember the one that I was doing like the American Eagle counter where I got like dozens of American Eagle. This sold from that. So I had $0 into it, and it was only listed for 18 days. That swap meet was a while ago, but I think I had mentioned that I set aside a bag of like summer stuff because we were going into the thick of winter and I had a lot to list. So I set aside some summer stuff and I just listed those. So this was listed 18 days ago, and oh my gosh, I can't read my own handwriting. I made $17.01, which is a really great profit on a pair of American Eagle shorts that sold super quick, and they are so easy for me to list because I just copy and paste from something else. Okay, next we have a J. Jill dress. This might be our second J. Jill like maxi dress that sold this week. I picked these up all at the same time. I think I picked up 3 of them. They were in a recent haul video that I did, and this is the second of the 3 of them to sell. I accepted a $21 offer on eBay. I'm really trying to keep the energy going in my eBay store. A little bit lower than I would like, but I'm still okay with that sale. I did get it at Goodwill. My average cost of goods was $7.83, but it was only listed for 41 days, and I made $8.62. Oh my gosh, these things like stick to me. I love that I am getting so many of my winter mailers shipped out. It's supposed to start warming up next week, which OMG, I'm really excited about. My hair is so like dry and frizzy. It's driving me nuts. Okay, next, I'm actually going to take out of my little shipping bag because I can't close it very easily. And when that happens, I prefer to wrap it in paper because it'll just look neater, and I will just reuse that bag for something else so that it is not wasted. So let me just show you what this is real quick. This is a Nick and Zoe open front cardigan. Nick and Zoe absolutely sells better in the larger sizes. This was a size 2X. This is like a department store brand, and I have decent luck selling it actually. And this sold on eBay for $23.99. I did pick it up at my Goodwill, my local Goodwill. I think it might have been in the same haul as those J. Jill dresses actually. My average cost of goods was $7.83, and it was only listed for 36 days, and I made $10.86. I have some other... Hold on. Before we wrap this, I think I have the wrong cardigan. I think I have 2 of these. I'm glad we're having this discussion. Hold on. Yes, I have the wrong one. Okay. Let me show you what sold. So we will wrap this one up probably in the morning. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to this other camera. I usually film with my phone. This is the wrong cardigan. So we're going to set this aside. And yeah, we'll come back to that one. So hold that thought. Okay, last one that we will do right now that I'm also going to take out of the bag is really beautiful. I did buy this in Thriftsmiths, if you're remembering it. This is Show Me Your Moo Moo, and it's like a long line, beautiful bridesmaid's dress with just a little hair on the back that I need to make sure I get off of it. This sold on Poshmark today, full price for $75. Sometimes with these bridesmaids dresses, they will sit and then they sell full price, probably because there is someone who needs a specific style in a specific color in a specific size. And so when they find it, they just scoop it up, which is fantastic. So it sold full price for $75 today. My average cost of goods at Goodwill was $5.10. This was only listed for 61 days, and I made $54.90. I have this exact same dress in a black. I don't remember what size it is. So I'm really hoping that since this obviously sold well, that hopefully that one will follow suit. So I'm just wrapping this in paper, anything that doesn't fit nicely in those bags, and I will put a thank you sticker on it. This one sold on Poshmark, so we will grab one of these, and I will probably check back in the morning to at very least rewrap that Nick and Zoe. I do usually ship Saturday mornings. My post office is only open for a couple hours, but my daughter goes to swim school on Saturdays, so I usually swing by the post office on my way to take her. So I'll get the new cardigan and I'll see you in the morning. All right, I have to admit to you guys, I'm pretty sure I have been failing to turn my ring light on for like all of the previous things. So I'm so sorry if it has been dark. But yeah, I feel like, obviously it was like 1 second for you guys, but it's been a day or so for me. It is now Sunday morning. So it is the moving into the next week. And I have quite a few more things to package up. But let's start with the Nick and Zoe that we left off with. So I found the right one. The problem was I actually had typed it into the wrong line in my spreadsheet, so I pulled it from the wrong bin. So we have gotten that all corrected. I'm very thankful that I realized it before shipping it out. So new numbers very quickly. This sold on eBay. My sale price was $23.99. I got it at Prime Thrift for $6.30. It was listed for 165 days and I made $12.39. Also, my hair is all kinds of crazy. I went out to like a fun dinner last night with some friends in DC, and this is just like morning after randomly curled crazy hair. So, but I told you guys, you get what you get. We are getting ready to head to church here shortly. I do have, most of the post offices near me don't have like after hours, those blue boxes that you can ship things, but the one by my church does. So I usually package up all my items from the weekend and try to ship them on Sunday morning. Okay, what I'm packing up now are these Free People linen shorts that I got at one of the previous swap meets. These were super cute. They were like a trouser style, but they were shorts. These sold on Poshmark last night for $26. I had $0 cost of goods into them. They also were only listed for 10 days. They were also in that group of things that I had set aside to list later. And my profit was $20.80 on these. I had a few things sell like while I was eating dinner. We were at a pretty upscale restaurant in DC, so it was pretty pricey, and it's always nice to like have sales come in while you're actively spending money. It's like, yeah, it's, you know, I posted on my Instagram like, oh, I love when the sales pay for dinner or something like that. Okay, next are a pair of cut from the cloth Catherine jeans. I picked up a couple of these at a bins trip recently, and this Catherine style, specifically from cut from the cloth, seems to sell pretty well for me. It's like a slim straight. This sold on Poshmark for $22. I got it at the bins. My average cost of goods was $2.09. It was only listed for 28 days and I made $17.51. I do still like picking up cut from the cloth denim, and I will absolutely keep an eye out for this style. This was a size 6, but I also sold a size 4. Full disclosure, this was a Sunday morning sale. This sold this morning, wee hours of the morning. So I am going to share my cost of everything, or my sales from this week that you've been watching all week. Just know that this was one that is not included in that. All right, really good sale yesterday on Saturday was this Grayson sweatshirt. I got this at the bins recently. You probably saw me grab it. I think it was in the thumbnail. And Grayson is absolutely a Bolo brand, so keep an eye out for that box. This brand always sells so well and so quickly for me. This sold on Poshmark full price at $75 in less than a day. I got it at the bin, so my cost of goods was only $2.09, and I made $57.91. So keep an eye out for this one with the fox. There's also a Grayson. One has an E and one has an A. The other one is associated with Frank and Eileen. So honestly, if you find either one, it's worth picking up, but then do your research to make sure you're listing it with the appropriate brand. Okay, next, I think I had mentioned Sherpas maybe in my last What Sold video, but this cute little Sherpa, it's just Wild Fable, which is Target. I got in a bag of clothes for myself and didn't end up keeping it. I have a couple, I've literally been wearing them in this video over and over. A couple other Sherpas already that I like and wear. So I listed those on Poshmark. It was listed for like $15. And it sold last night. So again, this is one that's in this new upcoming week, so this won't be included in my figures, but I just figured I'd ship it with you guys. This sold for $13 on Poshmark with discounted shipping. I didn't have any money into it, so $0 cost of goods. Listed for 190 days, and I made $8.03. It looks like people are starting to pick up these like lighter jackets and sweatshirts and stuff for transitional weather. I've already been seeing linen sell, so people are certainly shopping for spring. People might be shopping for spring break. This is the first day. It feels like a little bit warmer here, like it's in the 40s, which is lovely. Okay, this was Poshmark. So we are also going to see, I think this should fit in here nicely. Yesterday was the first day in a while I had more sales on Poshmark than I did on eBay. Most of the week you've been seeing were eBay predominant sales. Yesterday I had 2 on Poshmark. They were both bras, as you will see, and then I had, I think, 4 on Poshmark. So I'm glad to see Poshmark get a little bit of energy. Okay, so my first one on eBay was this Gymshark bra. I have been struggling selling Gymshark, but I have mostly their leggings. This was a really cute, like almost like a tank top bra. And I accepted a $15 offer on eBay. Again, it's been really struggling with, is this going to fit? I don't think it's going to fit in this little one. Been really struggling with Gymshark. I don't know, maybe it will. Yeah, I think we'll stick it in the cute little flamingo one. I don't get to use it all that often. So I was very excited with that $15 offer. I got it at the bins recently, so my average cost of goods was only $2.09. It was only listed for 10 days, and I made $10.02. So yeah, Gymshark leggings, though, have not been selling for me. So I guess just be careful with what you're picking up. Okay, the other bra that sold on Poshmark, I'm so excited about. It's this really, really pretty Natori. This is the Feathers bra. And I do like selling Natori. I think the size was difficult on this one. This is a 32, so a very small size here, but it was a double D, so a larger cup size. And I think normally like the smaller sizes with the smaller cup sizes and the bigger sizes with the bigger cup sizes sell better, if you understand what I'm talking about here. So this sold on eBay. I actually got a $20 offer, and I was thrilled with that. I got this at Prime Thrift, and my average cost of goods that day was $3.54, but this was listed for 843 days. 843 days. My profit ended up being $12.79. I have this exact same bra in this exact same size in another listing. So it's like the lace trim is like slightly different color. So I checked and checked to make sure I grabbed the right one, and I wrote it into the right thing in my inventory, and I'm pretty sure I got it. But yeah, really happy with that $12. I think this might go in a flamingo one too, maybe. Nope, a little too big. I've got these slightly bigger eBay ones. We will put her in. Ugh. These papers really just want to stick with me. This is going to Washington. I always love looking at the states and where things are going to. Does everybody else do that? I think I mentioned I'm using it as like schooling for my daughter to learn all the state abbreviations. Okay, so there's my last eBay sale. So my final sale last night, which was Saturday to round out the week, was a really, really good one. It was a great offer that I accepted, and it was this Madewell Flap convertible leather bag. This is stunning. It's in such good condition. Genuine leather. I did wear this once or twice before I got it listed. I accepted an offer for this for $52 last night during dinner. And I got this at 2nd Avenue. It actually was in a thrift with me, if you're remembering it. And my average cost of goods was $6.93. Just for funsies, I'll let you know I do remember buying this for $10. It was only listed for 8 days. I just got this listed, and I made $34.67. It got a lot of traction. This was one that I was like, should I just keep? Probably should have, but I knew it would sell so well, so I'm guilty of that all the time. I did end up listing it. And it sold really, really well. So Madewell has been very difficult sales for me, but their bags, I think, are their best selling category. So keep an eye out for Madewell bags, especially these leather type. Kind of has the like vintage Coach vibes. I think I'm going to put this in one of these padded flat rates just to give it a little bit of protection. I think it's going to fit in here. You can use these for Poshmark sales. Any of these USPS priority mails, you just can't use the Priority Express. Those are the ones that are just blue and white. Yeah, I think this is going to fit in here. Okay, so while I'm finishing this up, let me just run through my total sales numbers to round out this video. I ended up having 38 sales last week. That's really high for me. I usually have, like, if I can get to 30, I'm happy with that. So 38 sales. My average sales price was $29.69. A little bit lower. I've been in the 30s the last few weeks, but I had more sales and I was getting some old, like lower tier inventory out. So I'm just fine with that. My total sales was $1,128.13, making my total profit, everything except taxes that I do at the end of the year, $625.45. So if you watched my last What Sold video, I was like just under $600 and really wanted to get over $600. And I did the following week. So I'm very, very pleased to say that. All right, that is it. I'm worried this is probably a long video, so I apologize for that. Let me know if you like this style or if you prefer just the like static What Sold videos. I have got to go help my kids get ready for church. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.